My name is Bob Quick. I'm the President and CEO of Commerce Lexington, often referred to as the Chamber of Commerce. I had a simple upbringing, and I've always thought that simplicity of what we do is most important. I was born and raised in a small farm town. Actually, I live 6 miles out of town, and none of my neighbors were of my age, so I basically had to figure out how to be very self-sufficient. And today, working more in an urban setting, I often think back and I revisit that simple life of living on the farm where you were taught self-sufficiency. We knew how to accomplish whatever the task at hand was, because if we didn't figure it out, a lot of things would not get done. And on the farm, you've got to be very innovative, and you've got to figure out in a very short and quick amount of time how to get done the job at hand. The other thing that I think happens more often than not that I think is kind of a bad mistake is that people make things more difficult than it needs to be. I keep going back to the word simplicity. I think to be most effective, it's not making something complex or trying to make an issue more complicated than it really is. I think really life is very simple. It's human beings that make it complicated, and I think the more that we can figure out, break down a project, know the end game, know what we're going after, then work backwards on it, the more we can do that, the better the outcome will be of a project. When you work with a lot of individuals, they can take you a lot of different directions unless you've talked about what your end game is going to be. When you can get everybody rallied around an end point and you've got a project that adds value, that people see value, and it's not just going to be an exercise and putting in a lot of time and effort with no actual outcome. But when you can get people all energized, when you can help them see what their effort's going to do to really advance a cause, I think that's the best way to get people really wrapped into a project. But further, when you're dealing with a lot of volunteers or even paid staff, I think the more ownership you can give them of a project, of an issue, of an opportunity, the better. Again, I think too often a mistake leaders make is that they think they have to control a lot of the rules of the game. I think the rules of the game are pretty simple, and more often than not, if we can get the right of people assembled where their talents and skills make the most sense, and then if we'll just get out of the way, we'll find that people will accomplish more than we ever thought was possible. So find the right people, put the right people in the right seats on the bus, or at least to help to get them to those right seats, and then get out of the way and let them do what they do best, and that is working with others, where they can innovate, where they can do problem solving, but where they can feel like they own the outcome, and they also own the consequences of failure. But you're going to find that more often than not, they will surprise you, and you'll have a project so many more times successful than what you would have had if the leader tries to hang over someone and look over their shoulder and always tell them what they need to do.